So it's in the middle of the week. I'm just using this, whatever is left of this Guerlain lid primer. I'm using this Smashbox cream eyeshadow today. It's in this color and gemstone. So I'm taking some out of that. Just using a... Whenever I can, I use a spatula, you know. Then it's less sterilizing after and all this kind of thing. I'm just using the same small brush like for the primer, you know. Getting it down here, up there, something like that. And then just softening it up a bit, softening around it. So yesterday I used this palette from Guerlain. It's in number 503, and I used it without the cream shadow. So today I'm using it with the cream eyeshadow, and it was really nicely pigmented without it. But I just want to try what it's like with a cream eyeshadow, you know. So that's what I'm doing today. Of course I will do a different makeup as well, so yeah. I will just start with the cranberry taupey, no, cranberry plummy color. And dab it all over here. I have kind of a big fluffy brush, but never mind. It's not like it's so dark, this color. It's kind of a medium dark. Kind of up all the way to the crease like that. Almost, you know, that you can see it, but not completely. This is kind of good if you want to do makeup really fast. Get a big brush and just, you know, slap it on there. Yeah, well, if you know roundabout, you know what you want to do, and you have your just your eye shape that you know how to work with it roundabout, so you know. Blend it out with this taupey color now then. Yeah, and just I'm using the same brush like yesterday, so it's with the same color on it. Just blending it in like that. And of course I know I almost had to go up to the brow, so, you know, to make it show when I open my eyes. And then I just go down like that, all the way down there. Whatever is left on the brush kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's enough. I just took the cream eyeshadow down under the eye, just a tiny little bit as well. And now I'm taking the lightest color here, which is a kind of a peachy pink, but with a lot of sheen in it. Sheen and shimmer in the inner corner. And then I'm grabbing, like, I think the favorite color from this palette for me are probably those two. So this really pretty mint green. I want to use that one on half of the lid today. You know, like here, where I didn't add anything yet. Just here. Overlapping the red kind of color. And I'm kind of patting it on like that, and then I will blend it out. I'm letting it go here where that it won't be too red close to my lashes again. And for that, this is a really, really pretty color. Like, Yeah, I think so. It really helps, you know, to use a color like that. If you have a color like this, blend it with it. So it's a really neat palette actually. Might not look like it at a first glance, but yeah, really pretty colors together. Like that. And then I need to blend it, of course, still. I'm adding a little bit more because I really love this color. I want it to show a bit more until I have it blended. Yeah, something like that, and now I will blend it out. I'm just taking the same, you know, fluffy brush. What I do now, I'm taking some of this Bourjois Black Intense in number 10, and I'm blending a bit with the red color from this palette. Just for the, you know, really for the outer part of the eye. Taking both colors together actually, so it becomes like a more blackened burgundy, if you want, if you will. Not the best brush for it, but you know, kind of really down here, because then I don't have it too black either. Not that it really matters, but you know, I thought to try this today. Yesterday I used the black because it was in the evening, you know, so I had a pretty dark outer corner, but you know, I want it to be a little bit more subtle today. It's pretty dark anyways. Yeah, well. Yeah, well. And a little bit of blending again. Also, again, because it's not so red here, it's better for my eyes. Yeah. So yesterday I used a liquid eyeliner from L'Oreal, but now I'm taking again this kind of gel powder. More powder, but you know, something in between kind of thing from Dior, from this glow, one of those glow trios that has a liner, and just with a small angled brush, because this is also more subtle than a liquid liner, of course. Just to push it in the blonde lashes again, as always. But this one is not just, you know, a normal eyeshadow, because I used it in the beginning. I tried to use it as an eyeshadow, but it really doesn't work well as an eyeshadow. So, but I really love it for what it's meant to be. Hello. Yeah, for eyeliner. Suppose you can use it, you know, to smudge in a bit of the other colors here if you want to use it, but I prefer to use a normal eyeshadow for that. Seems to work better for me at least. So again, I'm just taking a tiny bit of that and Curl Lashes mascara and all the other things. On the brow bone, I'm using again this Sisley in kind of really yellow toned powder, compact powder, with a fluffy brush like that, just to, you know, blend out the edges here. Kind of tone it down a bit if I came up too far, you know, too high up with the kind of plummy and taupey colors. So I took the black liner also under the eye, and now I will add just the green one. Clean the brush a bit. I take the green one, and I'm adding it just here a bit, in the beginning, kind of. Again, that it won't look too red now then, you know. All those taupey red and plummy colors, sometimes it's too much for my eyes. They will start looking pinky and sicklish. Yeah, so I hope this will help, because it's a really good color for that, this green one. Yeah. Time for some brow drama Maybelline. This is in dark, no, medium brown. It's not very dark, no. It's really like medium kind of thing. You can't really see it when I put it on, I think. Only if there's white ones maybe they will get, I hope. That's the reason why I put it really. If there's any white ones that I don't even notice. So I'm using this Givenchy Long Wearing Fluid Foundation. Illuminating and comfortable. That's what it says about it, and it's actually really true. It does though on more dry skin. Now my skin is getting a bit drier suddenly. So it does kind of set without a powder at all. In the beginning I used a powder, now I can't use a powder on it. Or then it will be, you know, too drying. So, but without a powder it's perfectly fine. Yesterday I had it on for like, I think 6 hours. And it was just, you know, from all the, you know, you kiss each other on the cheeks here and so it did rub off, you know, down here eventually. But it did look pretty nice the whole evening, I'd say. So yeah, I'm really happy with this foundation. So under eye concealer is there, and probably need to set it a tiny bit. Probably. But the rest, I think again, I will just leave it. And just, again, meteorize from Guerlain. Just so I can add some, you know, color on my cheeks. And that will be probably it, because it just feels so good like this. Just a tiny bit tacky, a tiniest bit. And I don't want to touch it, you know, because, you know, my redness will come peeking through if I start messing around with my makeup. But it really feels really comfortable the way it says. And you just have to kind of go with your skin with this foundation, really, like any foundation, but especially one of those long wearing ones, because if you have oily skin, you probably need to set it for sure. I can think for sure. And because when I was a little bit less dry in my skin, like a few weeks ago, I had to set it as well. So in certain areas, especially. So yeah, but right now, I don't feel like I need to set it much. So I'm just gonna go, you know, where I really kind of wanna add some more powder. So it won't be too tacky, because it might be a bit too tacky for anything. It's not a lot, but you know. So meteorites number 2, it's the beige kind of, what they call beige in the old package. So they look like that. It's not a huge difference, like I said many times, and just a fluffy brush that I used for the same thing yesterday. Yeah. So I'm just pushing it in there. Sometimes it gets stuck in the brush. And here I don't put anything on my forehead actually, because, yeah, you know, what's the use of putting powders where you don't really need them. Bronzer, I'm using the Givenchy, and this, what is it called? Healthy Glow Powder Bronzer in number 2, you know, décolleté or chest area here, where I'm also kind of reddish, and I just put a sunscreen. And this Shiseido powder, which I think this is one of my mostly used in the summer powders, also for fixing up, and you know, after blotting, fixing up some places when I'm out. It's very good, because it's also sunscreen, and I believe it's also kind of waterproof thing, yeah, if I remember correctly, but it doesn't say on this one, at least I can't read it. Yeah, 12 grams, and you know, it's very soft though, very soft, but very practical in a hot climate. Even if you have, like me, like mature, dry skin, you can, of course, you know, pile it on. It will look like, you know, piled on powder. But it's especially good on the décolleté area or the chest area. Especially useful for me, since over there I'm also red, and it really covers nicely. I suppose, again, I will go for this Sisley powder that I really start liking a lot. And it's this one, number 2, in Pink Berry. And of course it looks very nice together with those kind of colors on the eyes. That's not a surprise, since it's the same kind of very soft powder. I have to dab some of that off on a towel. Anyway, I will start high up here, you know, where the hair kind of covers most of it. If I'm a little bit, you know, too... I suppose I shouldn't put too much on that one. I do want some of it in here a bit though. Maybe down like that a bit. I think I might have overdone the foundation a little bit around these wrinkly areas today because my skin is drier than before. Because it kind of gathered now, I see it. Well, never mind. I will spray it with the makeup fixer later and it will do some good. Now this 8-hour cream, 15 SPF again from Elizabeth Arden. I will put it on again. I didn't put it on yet today. That's why. So this pink lip liner, lip pencil, rose satin. I suppose it's an old kind of pencil. I think it's kind of old. And I might not have it. Now just this honey again from Revlon. It's a really, really pretty color and very useful when it's hot. And the peppermint is also very refreshing, I say. Plus it kind of goes with all these colors. It's a not very summery color maybe. This Givenchy lip gloss, it really goes together, I think. And oh, this one became a bit messy. It's too much on it. Yeah, just a bit. It's almost the same color as the Revlon. A little bit more berry. Kind of to, and it's not sticky, so it's nice. Kind of to keep it from getting too tacky, because after a while they kind of dry those. I find, at least on my lips, it feels a bit drying. These, in the end I forgot to, you know, to add more of this powder. I'm like half covered, half not. So, yeah, that's kind of today's finished face, and I need to do now a nail polish video about spring. It's not that much spring anymore, but spring and more summer kind of nail polish colors.